Welcome back, beautiful people, to the Latasha Scurry Let's Talk Show, where empowerment meets elevation. This is show number 2 in our 5-part series on empowerment and personal growth. And tonight we're diving deep into a topic that touches every single one of us: confidence. That unshakable belief in yourself that says, I've got this, even when the world says otherwise. Whether you're stepping into a new role, launching a dream, or just trying to silence that inner critic, tonight is for you. So grab your tea, your journal, and your boldest self, because we're about to build confidence from the inside out. All right. So tonight, joining me is a powerhouse guest who knows a thing or two about confidence because she's built it, lived it, and now models it. Please welcome Melissa Newton, along with my co host, Helena Davis, also the epitome of confidence. Hello, ladies. How are you tonight? How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Hi, I think Helena has stepped away from her screen, but she shall be back in just a moment. And when she returns, we'll definitely go ahead and get this party started. Listen, Miss Newton, Miss Newton,
Yes,
I want to
ma'am.
say welcome back to this show because you are a girl of confidence, and I could not think of anyone else to fit this role than you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm definitely, hooked to you, hooked to your hip. We
Okay.
may not see or talk
Mhm.
always,
Yes,
but there's always a kindred spirit and a positive energy
thank you.
when your name comes across and or a picture. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you for giving me those moments.
All right.
And they come sometimes when you least expect it. Let me just put that out there.
All
But thank you.
right, all
Thank
right.
you.
So my co-host is back. She is also the epitome of confidence. So Miss Davis, Helena Davis, can you say hi to the audience?
Hello, hello. We're ready to get this started again. We got some good questions tonight.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Well, before we get started, there's just a thing I want to say about this topic, and then we're going to jump right into everything that we need to talk about. So, confidence isn't loud, it's consistent. It's showing up for yourself even when no one's clapping. And tonight, we're clapping for you. So, let's talk real. What does confidence look like when life gets messy? So, the first question I have to both of my ladies: what is the one thing that you do daily to boost your confidence? All right, Miss Newton, go ahead.
Well, the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I self talk. I self talk. I, of course, without any, before my feet hit the floor, I'm definitely in my zone. I am giving thanks. I am grateful. I am praying for actually the grand rising of another opportunity to open my eyes.
Okay.
And God gets
Okay.
that, all of that.
Hmm.
Um, I will not deny that self talk is essential for me because it starts in the mind. Because sometimes when we get out of that sleep zone and we can think about our day and what is coming toward us, that heart can start to pace a little quick and a little fast, and we become consumed
Yep.
in the all things and where we need to be, how we need to be, and who we need to be for. But the first thing is self-talk and to feel self. It's not selfish.
No.
I definitely know that I have to tell myself I can do this.
Hmm.
I am here again. I'm prepared for this.
Yes.
I'm showing up. I
Yes.
belong here.
Uh-huh.
I'm more than enough.
All those phrases.
Reset, renew every single day.
All
I
those phrases.
couldn't do it without that self-talk.
All right. Miss Davis, what do you got for us?
Um, I will say definitely taking a minute to pray. As soon as you open your eyes,
Hmm.
That's the first thing you got to do to kind of set the tone for your day and what's supposed to come. You got to get your marching orders at the top of the morning so you don't just go out there all willy-nilly doing whatever and then things don't go right. That's where you get all the people with the road rage because they didn't take a minute to figure out what was on the agenda for today. And then I'll say that the next thing for me is I really in that moment in between just laying there after you pray and running to the restroom, what do I need for today?
Okay.
Mhm.
That's a question that I ask them. What do I need for today to get me through today, this morning, this afternoon? Do I need to pack lunch? Do I need to pick loose clothes? It's literally you have to take a second to get your thoughts together before you just jump out there.
So what I'm hearing is you need to be prepared to
Yes.
to to take on the day. So you got to have that checklist. And I don't want to necessarily say a checklist, a physical
No,
checklist,
but it is.
but a mental checklist on
It
what.
is.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
And then Miss Newton, I heard you say you you just praised that you are waking up in the morning, and
Hmm.
then self love. Well, I'm gonna tell you, self love doesn't come easily,
No.
especially for our young people. Right now with social media, self love is hard to come by because we have a bunch of critics. They watch and they want to criticize your every move, even if you're doing well. They're criticizing you.
Mhm.
They're not
Mhm.
giving you, they're not trying to lift you up and say, you know what? Great job, sis.
Right.
What they say is, oh my God, did you see her hair today?
Mhm.
Not what her word and her message was great, but did you see what she had on? Just trying to find something. And I know your grandma somewhere told you if you ain't have nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all.
But you,
Exactly.
you jump you jump past the adults that do that. You went straight to the kids. Let's come back up to the top. We have grown adults that
Grown.
do that.
Yep.
Okay? And
Yep.
it's about, if you think about it, what shakes your confidence?
All right.
What
Miss
are the
Dolores
things that
Gilbert,
shakes a
I
person's
just wanted to
confidence?
say thank you, Dolores, for joining in. Dolores Gillert is here, and Gillette, I'm sorry, is here, and she's got the fire sign saying she can connect with what we're saying. Thank you. Oh, there's Douglas for life. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate your commentary tonight. All right, Miss Davis, go back to your thought.
I was just saying, and please feel free to throw in questions, you guys, if y'all have any. But I was just saying, if you start at what are the things that shape your confidence?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got relationships,
Mhm.
you got careers, you got employers.
Yep.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna jump real far to the right on this one. Menopause. Women are going through menopause and it will shake your whole world
Yes, it
if
will.
you don't know what's coming for you. But
Yes.
that's another topic for another day.
Yep. And so I posed a question to our family in the chat. I said, drop a fire sign in the chat if you ever doubted yourself, and that's a huge one because I'm going to tell you what, as a child, I'm going to go back down a little
Mhm.
bit, Miss Davis and Miss Newton. As a child, you know what shook my confidence? My friends. And
Mhm.
Mhm.
I wonder if they were true
Mhm.
friends because kids don't know how harmful
Mhm.
words are. The only thing they could find to tear me down was my physical appearance because I was smart. You couldn't shake what I knew. So they looked at my physical appearance and found everything wrong with it to tell me so that it could try to shake. And it did. As a kid, it did. But as I
Mhm.
grew up, I learned to love myself. So what you said, Miss Newton, is very powerful. Self-love. I had thin hair. They talked about my thin hair. They talked about my big nose. Anything that you could do to tear me down.
Mhm.
But as I learned to love myself, you know what? This nose ain't going nowhere. Thin hair, I can put on a wig. I'm good. But it is you who are suffering because those are bullies. They find things to pick at you about, to shake your confidence. But you guess what? I'm unbothered right now as an adult. I'm unbothered. Go ahead, y'all. I'm unbothered.
I think also as Helena and what you've stated about the the adults, that we are in a season, if we really look at our generation, the generation that, I talk to my daughter because I have a Gen Z child
Mm-hmm.
who is on it when it comes to self-talk and building confidence, and then going back and really tapping into her wholeness,
Mm-hmm.
that I have found myself learning even from our young people when it comes to the confidence that I see, when it comes to the taking a pause and really looking within, going to yoga, going to those things that we have kind of been taught may not be necessarily a normal, right?
Right.
And for us,
Culture,
exactly.
culturally, it's not our norm.
Right. But when I think about, like you said, the showing up and self-talk, imposter syndrome for a long time was something that I didn't even know that I was going through, and I was going through it. I was deep in it because we forget just how capable sometimes we are when we are finding ourselves being compared, being, you know, on all levels,
Mm-hmm.
mentally, physically, physiologically,
Mm-hmm.
all of the levels that we go through as a whole person. And that beat down that has torn us for
Yeah.
years about we're not good enough. We
Yes.
Mhm.
don't deserve this. We don't earn this. We didn't earn this. And I
Yeah.
think when we start to really look at I do deserve
Mm-hmm.
this.
When
I
it's
am
the
worth
moment you realize you are enough. Yes.
I am worthy.
Yep.
Yes.
And
Yep.
when you spend that energy around others that can relate, you have to be intentional about your surroundings
Yes.
and your people.
Yes. Yes.
We all want to give. No one wants to gatekeep.
Mm-hmm.
No
Mhm.
one really does. And I know in my culture, our culture, right?
Yes.
We have been really silent about the things that we provide, settings that we work in,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
settings that we participate in.
Mm-hmm.
And when we stop and think about the value that we bring, it starts with self, because we
Yep.
have to believe that we're bringing that value first before anyone else.
Yep. And it
I'll
and it
say one of the things that
okay.
we never think to address is what's the definitions?
Mm.
Confidence is not perfection.
No.
Okay.
That's
Confidence
fire.
is
That's
not
fire right there. That's fire right
confidence.
there.
No, 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 no. What the kids do?
Clock it. Clock
Clock
it.
it.
Oh, that, yes,
Clock
yes,
it. Clock it.
right?
Clock it.
So it's not about having it all figured out. That's not what confidence is. It's not being the loudest person in the room. It's not comparing yourself to the people in your circle. It's about being able to show up for yourself fully.
Oh man. Oh,
Did I say a mouthful?
you got me on the okay. So now listen, I've been all over TED Talks lately. Okay. And on TED Talks, there are these two ladies that I want y'all to check out. I put their names up on the screen. Lovey Ajaya Jones and
Mm,
Emily Jansen. Okay. Let's talk about Emily Jansen for a minute. Emily said there's 6 things she wants you to do to build confidence. And I'm gonna take these one at a time and then see what you think. Okay. Emily says number one, count yourself in. Before you get ready to do anything, say 3, 2, 1, go. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? She said, just count yourself in. She said, when you hesitate, because she's never been that confident person. She says, when you hesitate, you don't do it. She says, so just go. Then she says, number 2 is be brave. Use 20 seconds to just be brave. Okay. Number 3, she says, take a seat at the table. Often we don't want to sit and have those hard conversations. We sit back and we let everybody design it. And then what? You didn't have a seat at the table. She said, literally pull a chair up at that table that's meant to be uncomfortable and sit there. Okay. Number 4, y'all have already touched on this. Cheer on others. What's wrong with cheering on others?
Mm-hmm.
Celebrate other people's success because it shows that you don't feel threatened. Okay. Number 5, she says, really congratulate yourself on what you know. If you know it, that's when you are the most powerful. So whatever you know, talk about that all the time. And number 6, she said, never forget this one right here. Guys, tell yourself constantly, you are enough. Celebrate you. What y'all think about them 6 tips right there that Miss Emily gave?
I would say, I would say that before you even get to step number 1 on that, there's still something else you need to do. Right. And that thing is heal.
Yeah.
Heal from whatever stole your confidence away from you.
Hello.
Heal from any type of traumas that make you feel you are not enough.
Right.
If you heal first and find out what those things are, or who are those people who just kind of stole that away from you, doing steps 1 through 6 will come easy.
Yep. Hey, Teresa said, yep, guys, I'm sorry. Yep, you start doubting yourself if you wait. So I think she was talking about number 1. She said you start to doubt yourself if you wait. That's good. Thank you for chiming in on that, Teresa. And you are absolutely right, because you know what I do to myself? I am a procrastinator by choice. Because I am so afraid to just jump out there. And then I lose confidence. So that hesitation, that pause causes me to lose some confidence. So when I heard her say that, I said to myself, I'm going to stop pausing. If I know what I know, just do it. Just do it. And a lot of times, like not just kids, adults don't talk a lot because they don't know about the conversation. But I like what Davis said when she said, you don't have to know it all. You don't. And the biggest confidence booster for me is being able to say, I don't know, I'll get back to you now. That lets people know you're real.
Can I throw in something?
Yes, you can throw in anything you want.
Can I throw something in culturally?
Yes.
We here to talk about it, right? Okay. So oftentimes stepping into the room and stepping to the table, whether you have that ounce of confidence or not, as a Black woman, yes, I'm about to go there.
I knew you was going there, but I'm waiting. Go ahead.
If you speak up too loud, you are loud and you're overstepping your boundaries. If you make yourself be heard because you're confident in what you're discussing, you are told you're too aggressive. So when we started it off and I said the things that topics and the areas that break your confidence, your careers, your jobs, sometimes make you kind of go dormant in your confidence because it's like, I don't know when is the appropriate time to speak up because I'm always going to have that stigma of the angry Black.
I hear what you're saying. And I put up these 2 ladies for exactly that reason. Now, Emily is my Caucasian speaker, and Lovey is an African-American speaker. Although they have the same flight, their delivery is different. And Lovey speaks on exactly what you're saying. She had to just take a chance because she knew what she was talking about. Okay. And when she knew what she was talking about, others got behind her and said, "Oh my God, I couldn't wait for somebody to say what you said." But here's
Mhm.
the thing, there's a 50-50 chance you don't know which way that thing gonna go. Just for Lovey,
Mhm.
that one went the way it needed to go.
Right.
Mhm.
But it
Right.
could have gone, and she said it a whole nother way. So I need
Mhm.
y'all to go on YouTube and TED Talks and look up these two people and
Mhm.
watch the different perspectives on the exact same thing on confidence building, because we don't have all the answers. And I'm sure Emily can walk into a room and say what all that stuff that Lovey said, and we get praise right then. But this is not
Mhm.
and yeah, I brought up race for a reason, because you introduced it, but I needed two different perspectives on it, because it is true. When I walk into a room, I automatically feel that they think I don't know what I'm talking about. And I don't use a lot of big words because I don't need them to say what I need to say. I don't
Right.
need the jargon. I'm very simple in my approach. And because of that, it appears that I don't know what I'm talking about. But what I'm doing is I'm casing the joint too and listening for all those people who saying all that stuff, because I know for a fact you Googled it. And when it's time for you to go perform, you can't do it. But here's the difference. I may use simple words, but when it's time to go do it, I'm gonna
Mhm.
do it.
Mhm. Mhm.
So here brings me to my second question for all of us tonight. Anybody, please chime in, even those in the chat. What do you do when you start to doubt yourself? Because it happens. It happens a whole lot. How do you handle it when you start those moments of self doubt? All right, Miss Newton.
So I went through, and I go back to the imposter syndrome, because sometimes we are not aware that we're in that when we are, and we're giving our all. And that is a class within itself when it comes to, as my sister Helena spoke about, Black women. Not making this show anything about color, but
No,
it's
it's not.
about real. And the important thing that I think we have been unfortunately given sometimes a bad
Right.
rep
Yep.
comes to, oh, she's arrogant, she's stuck up, she got it, she thinks she got it going on, or she, walks with her head like up high, right? Now we're teaching our girls to be confident. Now we
Mhm.
want our people to show up.
Yep.
So what I know, it is important to continue to build your bricks. And
Mhm.
that brick doesn't stop because you're 50, 55, 52, 53. You still got more time. So
Mhm.
yes, healing is real talk.
Yep.
That's one of my focuses in my life purpose, helping women and people heal after trauma. But what we have to do is we have to remind ourselves when that doubt kicks in, we
Mhm.
have to pull receipts. We have
Yes.
to pull receipts of the
Yep.
things that we have accomplished. We
Teresa
have
J
to
agrees with you.
go back in that journal.
Mhm.
Journal. Put things down that you have accomplished. There is nothing wrong with celebrating the things that you have accomplished, the hurdles you have accomplished, the things that tore you up spiritually that
Mhm.
you overcame,
Mhm.
marriages that you overcame.
Yep.
You have to celebrate those wins.
Mhm.
That's why when our girl Mary J made the song, and we all know she got a couple of cheerleading songs for us, but the one that I really love, the one, of course, My Life, we got a whole bunch of them. But that one that she said, you wake up and you say, Good morning,
Good
gorgeous.
morning, gorgeous. Yes, ma'am.
And you do not apologize
No, ma'am.
for that good morning, gorgeous. So you pull those receipts, you
Okay.
put those stickies in places that you need to be reminded of what you have overcame. And I'm passionate about that because I know we have all had some moments where we have been really possibly low. I'm not saying everybody, But sometimes we're low and we don't even realize it
Yep. And
because
that's why when
we're survivors.
I walk by
Right.
people in the store and say, "Hello, beautiful," and they look at me like,
Right. But you
"Wrong
know
with
why?
you?"
Because it's so uncommon
Yes.
for people to hear. Like, I don't have a problem walking past. Oh, girl, you look good today.
You got it
Yep.
going on, girl.
Shoes is bomb. I don't have a problem with that.
Smell
But
good.
you can
Yes.
always tell when a
Yep.
person is not used to hearing it
Yes,
because
ma'am.
they respond to you like, "What? What's
Yep.
wrong with you?"
I
Excuse
did it to
me.
No,
a guy the other day, and his eyes did just like this. Like, and I was just being friendly. You know what I'm saying? I don't want a date. I don't want your number. All I
right.
was doing was saying, I said, "Hello, handsome. How you doing?" He said, and it's so that is so common for me though. I walk by
Yeah.
people in anywhere I go. I could be in the mall. That girl got on a gorgeous dress. Hey sis, you
Mm-hmm.
are wearing that dress. I
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
try my best to uplift people as I walk by. So
Yes.
I should just do a show on people's reaction by telling them they beautiful and handsome and see what happens.
Yeah.
Just go out there like, now I don't want to get no acid thrown on me just because I'm being, nice and polite
Fine.
because
Just
some woman
being
think I want
fine.
her husband, but you know what? I can say nice couple, nice looking couple. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? But here's the thing: we are so programmed to when we say self-love doesn't mean be selfish. It don't
Right.
in that context. It means we know ourselves and we can spread some of that out there to other people. My only mission in life right now, because I can't sing, I can't dance, I can't sew, none of that. Okay, is to be positive. That's it. That's my
Mhm.
only mission in life right
Mhm.
now. I have a voice. I'm using it to be
Mhm.
positive. Okay. Oh, thank you, Teresa. Teresa says she loves complimenting people too. And if more of us did that, this world would
Mhm.
probably be a better place. My politicians right now make me so mad. Yeah. Because it
Teresa,
doesn't matter
send me
whether
a compliment right now.
or Republican. We can be human. One race, human race. Okay. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Tasha, I was telling Teresa to send me a compliment right now. What you got? Sis?
That's what
Nobody
you telling
complimented me in
Teresa.
a while.
All right, Teresa, send her a compliment right now. She needs one, okay, Teresa? So since you love complimenting people, go ahead and send my girl Helena a compliment.
Something that I wrote down, which is an interesting thing because we keep jumping to self-esteem and self-confidence and stuff like
Uh-huh.
that. They are two different things.
Tony Robbins didn't think so. He
They're,
really
they're two different things.
check it out.
Self-esteem is how you feel
Yeah.
about yourself.
Mhm.
Teresa said you are
Self-confidence.
amazing and she loves you.
she's
Oh,
actually,
that's nice.
that's my little sister, so she chimed
Okay.
in tonight.
Okay. Go
And I
ahead.
have self-confidence is about your belief in your ability to do something. So they're
Right.
two totally different things. And again, I can't say this enough. When you get to a point, your question, Tasha, was
How
how
do
do
you
you handle
handle
those moments of self-doubt?
Yeah.
You have to surround yourself with people who are going for the same goal, who have that confidence so you can feed off of it. You don't want to be around the Debbie Downers because
Mhm.
they're going to drag you down right along with them.
But
Energy
do
you
they
keep.
have a place? Do the Debbie Downers have a place?
They shouldn't at this point. Yeah, a place at a distance. Because if I'm struggling with my confidence, if I'm struggling to keep myself afloat, why do I want to be with the person who just pulling down just as low as I am? I need to be around people who are going to show me it's okay to say good morning, gorgeous, and play that song while I'm getting ready for work in the morning. Right
Uh-huh.
about now, we need a whole playlist going. If you feeling like you ain't got, put your
Mhm.
playlist on, girl, if you struggling this morning. And it's okay.
It's okay.
It's
It's okay.
okay.
Well, my
It's
playlist
okay.
includes Trick Daddy, so I don't know. I don't know.
And that's all right.
I don't know.
That's
Okay,
for
if
you.
that's what
And
you need.
that's your authentic self.
That's
Yes, it
right.
is,
Show
honey.
up.
I
Show
get
up and
mad.
jump.
I need some trick daddy to lift me up and we come on home, okay? We come home from work with some trick daddy. Now in the morning, it might be some nice, mellow, slow, whatever you want, sing along music. But when I'm coming home from work, me and Trick come home, okay?
I
There's
wanted to
nothing
jump
wrong
back
with that.
to something because I don't know what listeners you have
Mm-hmm.
on right now, but I wanted to be clear in my statement about Black woman. It's not that I was singling any grouping out
Right.
because you have your Latin women,
Yep.
there's an expectation on them
Mm-hmm.
to be a certain way to their families, and they have to get over that. There's
Yep.
always a stereotype that they're extra loud.
Yep.
You have your Asian women, they're also put under a stereotype that they have
Submissive.
to sacrifice
Yep.
so
Submissive.
much
Mm-hmm.
for their families.
Crazy
And then
Asians. Rich
I'm
Asians. Watch that.
I'm not even going to rule out the Caucasian women.
Yep.
They also have a formula that they have to live up to that's expected of them. Oh, you got to be beautiful, but you can't be vain. You got to be the perfect person, the perfect professional. They put so much weight on women and what the expectation of us is. It's time that we start taking it back.
It's equal. It okay, here's my thing on this, on some of what you said. We want to be equal. But I hear all the time, I'm not going to say just in my household, well, you want to be equal. Well, then you should be doing this and I should be doing that. Mm-mm. No,
Don't get me confused. Ain't nobody say I need to be equal in my household. My husband, I know my husband's role
no. Hmm.
and I know mine.
Okay.
I am quick to say, yes, sir. I don't mind if you take that trash out because I ain't.
Okay. But here again, you're going back to traditional values. We going that's another topic. So when we're having self moments of self doubt, one thing I do is I take to a journal. Now that journal
Yeah.
skips some pages, some
Yes.
dates, because you can tell when I am in my emotion. You
Hmm.
can tell when I'm feeling lack of, because the journal is consistent and the dates are consistent. And then
Mhm.
there's a break. And that break to me and most often signifies I've rebounded. But that's false because we never truly rebound. I should continue even, and that's goes back to the opening statement both of y'all said, being thankful to God just for breathing.
Hmm.
But here, and I'm quite sure I'm not the only one. When I'm up, but when I'm down, I'm down. And then we tend to
Mhm.
shift our focus and shift how we act based on where
Mhm.
we are in life. But
But
I can
Tasha,
tell you, not every day is guaranteed to us. So we need to be thankful for the good and the bad.
I want to share just in doing some work that I've done with some other women that I've worked with that have come through my walk and my journey, that I had to also focus on my purpose, because we talk about purpose a lot. We talk about it in all the settings that we get in. When we're in work, even in our spiritual settings, if we are a part of that, we talk about purpose. And
Excuse me.
sometimes that purpose overlaps, or it gets confused with being perfect and perfection. And I think that what we have to do is anchor in our why. And when we anchor ourselves in our why, there are things that competition doesn't bother us or affect us because we're not looking to compete with anybody.
right.
Mhm.
We are showing up for ourselves,
Right,
and where we are to be in our purpose,
right.
we show up and we have to remind ourselves that it's not about being perfect, it's about being purposeful.
Yeah.
Because you're right, Helena, we get in that self feeling, and then a candle gets blown out in
Uh,
that self esteem. And
yeah.
then it's like, now what? But when we're building ourselves up for that why and our why, and we don't allow that to take us off course, because we all get nervous. We do. We have moments that we may not be feeling a certain way at a certain time, whether that's our nerves or whether we're feeling like we're not ready for this purpose or moment or circumstance. But when you build out those bricks, and I talk about those bricks hypothetically, what those bricks are, we're constantly building. It's never too old. We're never too old, no matter how much we think about age. And Auntie pause, because Auntie Pauls can be very disrespectful at times.
Yep. Yep.
But that confidence, never right? Like we call in the doctors and stuff. And men deal with confidence issues.
Yeah.
It's not just a woman thing.
Yep.
They deal with confidence
Yes,
issues,
they
and they're
do.
going through age things as well, right? And so if we continue to build, I always try to in my grown-up stage now, because I can tell you there was a point in my life where it did matter what they thought.
Yes.
And I can't even fake it.
Yep.
And that's just being honest.
Yep.
It mattered.
No talk right there.
It mattered
It
how
matters.
they felt. If I was going to be acknowledged for the work I did, and I
Yep.
wasn't even trying to acknowledge myself.
Yep.
I was more concerned with what others thought about my why. And I didn't even understand my why.
Right.
So when you start to look in the mirror and do the work and be authentic, take off. I talked about this on a show a long time ago with Tasha about
Yes, you
the
did.
mask. And I put S's on those masks.
Yep.
Parentheses with an
Yep.
S. Mask,
Mask.
parentheses S, because we can all go back and say there have been times that we may have had one or two masks and we didn't want people to know we had them, but we had them.
Oh, yeah.
And when do we show up? But we have to do the work. The healing is a process.
Yep.
Yes.
And it's not a timeline on healing.
Right. Right. I was just about to say it's okay to feel the feelings. It's okay. If you are feeling uncomfortable, feeling unworthy, the thing is this. It's okay to feel the feelings, just don't get stuck there.
Yeah. And we do get stuck.
And not getting stuck requires you to have a support network around you of people that you trust, that are able to pour into you, not take from you, but are still willing to give as you give. And a lot of times that's not something that we find anymore. We don't find the people that are the
I want to add to you. I want to add to your conversation. It is not always just about our surroundings. Sometimes we need to tap into that unbiased opinion and seek professional help, where that person is not going to judge you, and they might because they're human, but they have to listen to the whole picture and give you advice based on the whole picture, unbiased, because they don't know you. So, but here's the takeaway from that too. Sometimes we don't want to take it because it feels like they're being critical. And that's because the situation that we presented, sometimes I guarantee you, is one-sided. It's one-sided. We're telling our side of the story. And if it involves involves somebody else, that person needs to be at the table. Not maybe on the first, but they need to join the table. But what I like to do when I go to that professional person, I like to get mine out first, because I can get it out uninterrupted. Then bring others to the table. And it doesn't always have to be a spouse, guys. I'm not even talking about a spouse. It could be a sibling. It could be anybody. But we have to take the first step in healing. And that's huge, because a lot of us don't know how to heal. We've never been taught how to heal. We've been taught to just be submissive, be quiet, take it, because that's what you're supposed to do.
We've been taught to survive even when we don't have the survival opportunity or tips in us. Right. We've been taught to just make it work, even when it's not working. And I think the biggest power move that I've ever felt, because I did have a moment, Helena, that I didn't have anybody. That I thought that could understand. That didn't. That I didn't. I was alone. I looked in a room one day and I was just by myself. Because in my mind, although I was surrounded by people, they weren't getting through to me,
Mm-hmm.
and nor was I receiving what they were trying to give me
Right.
until I had to fill my own cup first by
Right.
going to therapy.
Yep.
And I understand what you meant by yes, putting ourselves. I get that too, because that's another level up. That's another level up when you have put yourself in that season of, I do have some good people in my life. Let me receive who they are. Let me know. Let me look
You know,
in
there's a
within.
song. There's a song. I'm sitting here like trying to wreck my brain. It's a gospel song. Sometimes you got to encourage yourself.
Oh
Yeah.
yes,
Oh
yes.
yes.
That's my husband's
If,
favorite
if,
Yes.
if you
song.
ain't
Yes.
got, if you don't have that
That's
sister
his
circle,
favorite
that
song.
family
Listen.
network, you don't
Yes.
That
have anybody to
Encourage
have your back.
yourself. That's his favorite
Sometimes you
church
got
song.
to encourage
Encourage
yourself right
yourself.
on through.
that song.
Yep, that's
That
on the
song.
playlist,
Because
honey.
that's all you got.
The playlist. And this ain't
Look,
a religious show, but we need religion because that's what's lacking in this world, child. Some people need to find Jesus and need to find him fast and stop making Jesus into whatever you want him to be and follow the true word. That's what we need to. Okay, hallelujah. Step back just a moment. All
all
right.
right. But wait, what you saying that? It may not be a religious show,
Right.
but
Right.
I will say this. If you don't put something before some higher power, before yourself to help you get through, you continue to be lost. Now I follow the
Yep.
Lord
Yep.
Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But
Yep.
I know who I go to.
Okay.
But for those that are listening,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't find something, or I'm sticking with something, to help keep you grounded and keep you focused and keep you accountable, then you continue to lose yourself.
Yeah. So what do we do for self-love? What's your first step? What's your first thing you do for self-love? When you think of self-love, I want to be able to feel it, see it, hear it. All right, Melissa, what's self-love look like?
Well, I told, as I stated earlier, my self-talk. My self-talk, I'm very true to myself with walking through moments of right. First of all, I have to see it because I'm a learner. I have to
Mhm.
see it. I have to really feel it because I'm looking at truth for me. Truth was one of my biggest power moves because in my first chapter, my first life, got it going on, got the titles, got the cars, got the house, and was living a lie.
Ooh,
Mhm.
that's
Busting,
powerful right there.
busting the church doors open,
Ooh, that's
singing
so
in the
powerful.
choir, singing in the choir. So I don't want to knock anybody who isn't on that spiritual journey yet, because
Okay.
I still had to. I found God actually in my bedroom
Okay.
Mhm.
after a tragedy in my
Right.
life.
Right.
And I found God by seeing the image of my mother that had just passed away after a house fire,
Mm.
who told me God is going to take me through this. And I
Mm.
fought it even then because I was so angry that God had to get my attention that way.
Right, right,
You had to,
right.
and I blamed God. I did. I went through that moment of
Yes,
struggle and
yes.
hate
I've done
and
it. I've done it.
madness.
I've done it.
And I had to come to my spiritual walk through many different moments and times I was angry. Why
Hmm.
my mama? Why my mama's house? Why my daddy 45 days later? Why you
Oh,
leave me? Why I'm going through marital problems? Why my son is acting up? Why my daughter don't like nobody? I could go on and on.
Boy, you everything you saying, I can attest to. I'm sitting here checking off the boxes like, what in the world? Are we really kindred sisters?
And really looking at nothing positive.
Right.
what when she
And
comes back?
so
Yeah.
are we
Okay.
here? Am I
Yeah.
here?
You fine, you
Yeah.
fine.
She here.
Yeah.
So what I did not want to deny is that there, through that time of pain and hurt and sorrow, I stopped loving myself
Yep. And
because
you know, through your pain, through your time, I was worried about you. I was really
honey,
worried
there
about
were
you.
many times that I was ready to take myself out.
I was worried.
I was going to take
And when
myself
you
out.
bounce back,
And
I
that's
want you
real
to
talk
be
right
alone
there.
because I don't see how. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know, and I do know your story. I don't know how strong I could have been in those situations.
Healing is a journey, and it starts with being honest
Yeah,
with
Yes.
yourself.
yeah. Are
If
you
you do,
emotional right now? I see it.
Listen,
I hear it in your
listen.
voice. I'm so
because
sorry.
I know there are
No,
women, because I know
listen.
this is real. I know
And
there's
this is
real.
what we need,
Yep,
naked and unashamed, honey.
You can't fake it.
yep,
You can't. You know, we were sometimes told fake it till you make it.
yep. Nope,
And that does not work for
it
self
doesn't.
authenticity. And that's my goal when I speak and I talk and I feel like, God, you got me going on. You got me going on this show today. God, you got me going, talking to this person today in the middle
Yep.
of Sam's. Out of the
Uh-huh.
blue, we end up having the same similar stories.
Yep.
And I don't believe there's ever a mistake
No.
when I can tell my journey through my love, my hate, my madness, my anger, my grief,
Yep.
my love, my truth, because it's a journey. You know, and I know it's
You
women
know,
broken. It's women broken right now because they have not come to that line of, not that they're trying to not do it. It's that not right foot, it's the left foot. That
Right.
left foot forward,
Yep.
stepping over that line to get in that space of, I'm not perfect, but I am imperfect, and I'm imperfectly made for God to allow me to be a story of survival, thrival, however you want to call it. I'm walking in truth now. And
Awesome.
there are times
Yeah, you're
that
giving me
honestly,
chills. You're giving me chills.
that love you have to have for yourself,
Oh, thank you,
sometimes
Blessed
God gotta
Diva.
have
Y'all,
to.
look, Blessed Diva says she's broken and she's trying to heal too. And this is what this conversation is about, guys. I'm so glad y'all on here talking tonight because there's healing happening somewhere. And if there's somebody who needs to see this, hear this, y'all got to share this out all over the world because I'm going to tell you right now. I couldn't even begin to tell y'all the stuff I done been through. And I don't want to tell you right now because you need about 4 hours, okay? You need about 4 hours for me to sit here and tell y'all the tomfoolery, dumb stuff I've self-inflicted on myself. All the stuff that I didn't have the knowledge to know not to do. My biggest feat in myself is financial. I missed the financial boat somewhere, and it has caused me a lot of pain. If there's ever pain in my marriage, it comes financially. If there's ever any pain anywhere in my life, it's financial because I missed the financial boat. But that's a whole nother story, okay? But the biggest thing I can share with you is that my parents didn't discuss feelings with us. My dad was military, not by choice, and he said business before pleasure, and that's what he meant. He didn't want nothing else. He didn't want to talk to you until you have done your business, and it taught us to be sterile. It didn't teach us to wrap our arms around people and love them first. And it's showing up in my daily life because if out of all of my siblings, I'm the one that listened to my dad the most. You got to be business first. You got to be business first. But business wasn't teaching me financial. It was just teaching me to get up, do the chores, do the things that you must do first, then worry about everything else. And he missed that part in the middle that said, okay, once you got up and took care of the little small task,
Mhm.
then you got to prepare for this, and this. And somewhere in there was love. My dad, I'm gonna be honest with you, it might have been when I was smaller, but the first time that I can remember my dad telling me he loved me and I could hear it out loud is when I
Final.
had
Yeah.
breast cancer at 38 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember him saying to me along the way, I love you. But when I was on my deathbed, is when my dad showed up and said, oh, I love you. And I'm praying for you every day. And that's the first time I can remember hearing him say that to me. So where's the healing in the middle? You know what I'm saying? I'm
Mm-hmm.
38. And the first time I've heard my mom say it. She ain't say it often, but you knew she loved you through her actions.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of healing that hasn't been. And yes, my brother's gonna be somewhere slapping me later. Like, stop telling all your business. But I tell my story so nobody else can tell it and tell it wrong.
That's right.
Exactly.
I will say this.
Melissa is my
What I
sissy in
learned,
love
My
from
sis,
Clark.
what
my
I
sissy is on. Thank you. Love you, Charlotte. Thank you for joining.
what I learned a long time ago is that you don't go through stuff for yourself.
Right.
You go through it so that you'd be able to tell somebody
Mm-hmm.
and help somebody else through it.
Mm-hmm.
So conversations like this, where you have a moment of telling your truth, is something that we as women, we don't do often because we're so afraid of the judgment, the criticism, the just negative talk or people looking at us sideways.
Mm-hmm.
My issue, what was the question, Tasha? What was the question you had posed? Um,
Self-doubt and how you boost your confidence. Y'all, I'm gonna take myself off the screen. Keep talking because I gotta blow my nose out.
so just the question that she asked just now,
Mm-hmm.
self love and self confidence and stuff like that, and I that's something right now I'm having a little difficulty with
Mm-hmm.
myself. My friends and even Tasha, the way she introduced me today, I kind of chuckled to myself and I was like, "Oh Jesus, she don't even know." Like it's hard right now. I'm at a point in my life where I am experiencing some some health stuff, and I
Mm-hmm.
mentioned earlier menopause,
Mm-hmm.
and it is like throwing me for a loop.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I didn't see this coming.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say it's shifting my confidence, like I don't look the way I used to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't maneuver the way I used to. And I feel like people see a weak side now. And I'm like, I don't like this. But I won't say it's out of my control because it's in my control to lose the weight, to get healthier. But that's a journey that I'm on and it's not going to happen overnight.
Right.
But in the same process, it's like I'm not alone in this. There are so many women that are talking about this and stuff going on with my body that I don't know what to do.
You have a living testimony in the middle of this screen.
Listen, I'm tired of waking up knees hurting, back hurting, elbows hurting.
You did it all. And when I started seeing her journey, I had to call her. Melissa, what you doing, baby? Melissa, I did I not text you? And I was like, what you doing, baby? Because you, oh, girl.
But but let me tell you this, because the health journey is it's real.
It's real.
Yeah, I was doing stuff. I was going to the gym. I was hanging tough. Car accident, and every bone and sciatica nerve that could pop off popped off,
Oh,
and
man.
still dealing with it. Going to the chiropractor, going to the physical therapist,
Mhm.
having to not maybe pull as many weights as I used to at the gym. Yes, I still go, but I've taken it light because, first of all, I had to tell myself again, I am going to heal because aging is real.
Oh,
Y'all,
yes.
Sister Lena, you talked about the way you move. We are going through a different journey now with aging.
Ain't nobody tell me this though. Nobody told me. I was excited to get to 50 years old. I was like, oh, I'm about to turn 50.
Confident.
Man, at 49, at 12:59 at night before 50 hit, every bone started hurting.
So Doris said, "Thank you guys for sharing, and you are welcome because I never knew that this conversation was going to take this turn. But what I do want to say, I want to wrap up as we get ready to come to a close. I want each one of y'all to give me, even in the comments, give me one tip that you would share with anybody on how to build confidence. Just one. All right, Miss Newton, you the guest.
I'm going to go back to what I believe in, and that is you got to show up for self by being unapologetically bold
Okay.
first in the things that you need to do for you. Real talk. I have a series coming up and out a little bit about real talk, real healing.
Yep.
Healing is a journey and
Yes.
it comes with so many things. But when you start that healing process, you build your confidence
Yes.
because you see your growth.
Okay.
You may see the imperfections,
Yeah.
but through it all, you see growth through that healing.
Okay. All right. All right, Miss Davis, give us that one tip on healing. Not on healing, on confidence.
You
I'm gonna
called it.
put something. I'm gonna put something in the atmosphere first. I see that conference coming. I see the conference coming
What
because
conference?
the one that's gonna come because people need to come together and they need to talk and they need to heal and they need to share and they need to be amongst people who are elevated and committed to growing and moving forward.
Well,
So my takeaway tonight is know that you're enough even when you don't feel like it.
awesome.
Mm,
Yep.
mm,
Yep.
I love it.
I love it. I have two chats down that just come up before I say something. Surround yourself with positive people. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's come out a few times tonight, Tara.
Yes.
And then recognizing your strengths and using self-talk. Yes. Yes.
That's
I'm
my
gonna,
sissy. That's my
I'm gonna
sissy
make
in
a
love.
conglomerate of things. My tips would be self-confidence is sometimes you have to block out the noise and tap into your inner self
Yes.
and just go for it. You know what? Sometimes you're going to land on that landing pad, sometimes you're not. But if you're waiting for every situation to be perfect,
Mhm.
then you'll never do it. So the confidence comes in talking about what you know.
Mhm.
Find that thing that you are just most knowledgeable about and make it your own. And when you don't know, have the courage to say, I don't know. Confident people to me don't know it all. That's an arrogant narcissist that knows it all. And if you have now there are people that know a lot about a lot, but you don't
Mhm.
know everything.
Mhm.
So if you can speak your truth to the things that you have knowledge of, do it. And have the courage to say, I don't know.
Powerful.
Guys, this has been powerful. I said
Yeah.
45 minutes went an hour, but what I want to say is next week's topic is going to be setting boundaries. So if you have other ladies, the email address will be on the screen because my forum can hold up to 12. Okay. It can hold up to 12 people. And we can have a true conversation about setting boundaries. And what I want to say to anybody who's watching tonight, I am only a click away. All you have to do is email me. That person doesn't have to be in the same city. They don't have to be in the same country. All I have to do is send you a link and you are able to appear on
Mhm.
the show. And I'm universal. I'm all over the place. So scurry.latasha@gmail.com. Email me if you have anybody who wants to talk about setting boundaries next week, same time, same place, 7 o'clock p.m. And we will have that conversation because it is needed. I need to have that conversation myself with my children. Okay.
Yeah.
With my children. Right now, my husband and I are getting along, so it's okay. All right. So tonight's episode wouldn't have made it possible without the brilliance and the heart of my guest, Melissa Newton, who brought wisdom, warmth, and realness
Thank
to
you.
our confidence conversation.
I
And,
can't tell you no. I
and
can't.
I'm glad.
It's something about your energy, and you already know we go way back. We go
Yes,
back when we weren't even aware that our destinies would
this was
cross us again.
absolutely.
And it was about being truth.
It was. It was.
Truthful, and that true connection
Yeah.
never stopped. So
It
I
never
appreciate you, Latasha, and I
happened.
pray for your journey.
I
I
appreciate
do.
you. So y'all listen, I ain't stopping. I have 30 shows lined up and I will present y'all my topics every week. And here I'm coming rain, sleet, shine, or snow because I'm sick tonight and I'm here talking. Y'all hear me? I'm sick to death. And so I'm gonna say by leaving with a great thanks to my fabulous co-host who shows up for me every night. Your energy and insight supports and just
Yes.
lit up the show. Okay.
Yes.
So you're the kind of co-host that every host dreams of. So thank you both for helping me out to empower, uplift, and grow together. So let's keep building the confidence community, ladies, one conversation at a time. Are we game?
Yes,
Absolutely.
ma'am.
All right.
Absolutely.
Clock it.
All right. Clock in
All
and
right.
good night.
Take
This
care, everyone.
weekend, I'm gonna close the show.
She closed the
Bye,
show.
Helena.
Put myself back on. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say to you, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, LSTV Let's Talk. Before we wrap up, I want to give you a challenge. For the next 7 days, I want you to write one thing you love about yourself. Say it out loud. Own it. Tag me at Saucy Tigress on YouTube, on Instagram, and use the hashtag Let's Talk Confidence. I'll be reposting my favorites on Instagram. If you ever want to be a guest on my show, just email me at scurry.latasha@gmail.com. Confidence isn't built in a day, but tonight we laid the foundation. Thank you to my co host for pouring into us. And thank you, my guest, Melissa, and all of you for showing up, engaging, and choosing to grow. Next week, we'll be talking about setting boundaries. You don't want to miss it. Until then, keep walking like you own the room because you do. I'm Latasha Scurry, and this is Let's Talk. Stay empowered, stay saucy, stay you. Bye bye.